guys, happy Saturday. Whoa, whoa. So, looks like San Diego's gonna be in for a rainy week next week, so I'm gonna enjoy the non-rain and uh, maybe plan some outside activities today and this weekend. But anyway, I will just wait for you homies to get into the chat, and yeah, I hope everybody's having a lovely Saturday today, whether it's rainy or snowy or hot or and Lady Night is here. Hey. So just having some tea. Dude made me some tea this morning. It's like just like an herbal, like wake you up tea. And Barbara's here. Hello, Barbara. And Essence is here. And Zambrea, hey! Oh, did you get your package yet? Did you get your surprise package? And Marianne is here. Hello, hello. And Yvonne is here. Oh, yay! So many awesome homies. I'm so excited. So I thought, we would just have, I guess we always have fun during chats, but and Susie the Gemini is here, and Liesend und T is here. Hello, hello. She says hello from Germany. Zambrea said it came yesterday. Thank you so much. I love it, and your note was sweet. Oh, I am so glad it made it safe and sound. I was like looking at the tracking, and I was like, oh, I hope it makes it safely. And Lady Knight said 2 Germans into his house. So this live chat will be the last one for a while because, as you guys know, I am also a track and field coach. So it is the track and field season, and that does mean that Saturday track meets are coming up. So our first Saturday track meet is next weekend, next Saturday. So we have track meets on Thursdays and Saturdays. And then, we have practice Monday through Friday, well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday. So I am quite busy with that after I get off work, and then also trying to keep up with all my videos and my readings and stuff for my shop, which is, the fun stuff. Which reminds me, I have a few readings to do after this live chat, and then, send those off to my peeps. But I will be able to squeeze in another Saturday live chat. I think it's the first week of spring break or the second week of spring break. I'll let you guys know because the last week of March and then the first week of April is the 2 weeks of spring break that the school is on, because I'm a teacher. So we'll be on those 2 weeks spring break, but we have a few track meets during spring break. So it's not like I can go anywhere. So I think we have a home meet that first week, and then I don't think there's anything going on that Saturday. So I'll be able to do a live chat then, but I'll keep you guys posted, but I do know that the next few Saturdays leading up to that, I won't be able to do a chat. So I thought today, just to have fun with you guys, because I'm gonna miss you guys. I mean, I'll still be making videos, of course, but to chat back and forth, that's like one of my favorite things to do. Susie said, busy woman, we will miss you, but they need you. Yeah, I gotta be there for my athletes, and yesterday was a recovery day for them, so we do ice baths with them. So we go to the boys locker room, and we have these Rubbermaid trash cans with wheels that they're not meant for trash, obviously. We try to keep them clean. So they're specifically made for their ice baths. So they're these Rubbermaid trash cans. We fill them like 3/4 of the way with ice from the boys' locker room. Then we take it down to kind of near our shed, and that's where like the hose bib is, and then we fill it up with water so it's nice and frosty and icy. And then the kids take turns getting in it for 8 minutes at a time. No more than 8 minutes, because we don't want don't want to hurt them or anything. But it's really good for inflammation, so they're usually up to about hip height in the trash can, and they kind of like sink down into it. And at first they're like, whoa, it's so cold. But then after that, they don't feel anything. So, but it's just really good for their muscles, their ankles, their calves, their knees and hips and quads and hamstrings and all that stuff. Because it's under a lot of work, throughout the week. And Priyanka is here. Hello, hello. So yeah, I don't know if you guys do some ice baths. I don't know if you guys are all dumping ice into your bathtubs and giving yourselves a little ice bath, but ice baths are good for you, even if you don't submerge your whole body. You know, it's like good for knees and ankles and all that good stuff. And she says, "Good to see you. Good to see you too, Priyanka. Long time no see, actually." So yeah, all right. So that's kind of all the stuff that's going on. Just like some track and fieldy stuff. Been very, very busy with readings in my shop and selling my deck, which is here, my Wally's World, which you can get on my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. Been busy selling my salves. Yeah, just like lots of busy shop stuff. So I'm happy, when I come home and it's like, ooh, and then I get to do my little shop stuff. That's like all the stuff I love to do. And I try not to do the readings for clients when I'm like super tired when I get back, which is why I've kind of saved it for the weekend. I'm a little more recharged on the weekend so that I can give some really good readings. So I never rush anybody's reading. I'm also not super late on anybody's reading either. It's usually like a 3-day, like give me 3 days, because usually everybody's all lined up, and I kind of put them in my my date book of like, okay, I'm gonna do a reading for this person on this day, and just so everybody has like 100% of my energy, and I give like some awesome sauce readings. And Lady Knight said, not for me. I like baths really warm. I'm not a frosty person, which is why I live here in Southern California. I'm San Diegan. You know me, I'm like a wuss when it's under 80 degrees Fahrenheit. But I do know it's like, so I can't really submerge my whole body, which is what I used to have to do when I was an NCAA athlete in college, and coach would make us do ice baths, and then he'd come around with the ice bucket and he would continually dump ice while we're already in the bath, and we're like, oh! I can't do that anymore. But I can like ice my feet, and I can ice my knees and stuff like that, if I've had a pretty hard workout. But the rest of me, I would rather not be icy. Although I think that when I used to, as I'm like looking at my shirt, the Sunrise Surf Vibes, I used to be part of the Dawn Patrol back when I was in college. I used to surf a lot. So after I would have like a 3-hour practice, in college, I'd go out and I'd go surf for hours afterwards. And the ocean would be just so cold. And sometimes in the morning, like the ocean, like in Bolsa Chica, would be freezing. But of course, I'd have a wetsuit on, or I'd have my rash guard or my spring suit or whatever it was. But I always thought that was like ice bath. Like I always felt like my joints and everything, that was like a good recovery, even though I'm just kind of like surfing. But I always thought that was good. And I think that was the nicest I was ever to my body after like punishing it for 3 hours in a track practice, to just go out and surf and just kind of like chill in the ocean. That was always like my favorite thing. My favorite thing, which probably wasn't everybody's favorite thing, was to be in the spin cycle. When you get knocked off your board and you have the spin, which is the wave, it's under the ocean. I liked being in it because I like just kind of like going woo woo, like floating around and just getting like tossed around in the wave. To me, that was like a lot of fun. Probably not everybody's idea of fun. Lady Knight said, so that's how you trained your opera voice, hitting those high notes in the ice. Yes, I'm like, oh! Seriously though. Okay, well, you guys, I have a few things here for us to do. So, oh, do we have a package? Should we go see? I think I just heard somebody at the front door. I think it's the mailman. It is. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this around. We have und package. You guys see? Mailman out there. I think I know what it is. I think it's the Witch's Moon box for March. Oh, hey Loki. Are you gonna help us go get the mail? Let's go get the mail. Yeah. If you're wondering why there's a towel on the stairs, that's because Wally likes to claw the stairs. Okay. You know, I just swept this. Really? Do we have to dump flowers on my walkway? Oh, hello, Wally. Hello, Loki. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna go get the package that's sitting there. I'm gonna have everybody just look at you guys, okay? Okay. Yes. You guys have fun with the kitties. Excuse me, Wally. Where are you going? Want me to leave the door open a little bit for you? No? Is it too cool out there? Okay, hold on. And we're back up the stairs. Susie says the kitties are beautiful. You hear that? This is you guys are handsome. Okay, I think this is the witch's moon. Hold on, just going back in the doorway here. So that'll be something we can take a look at. And like I said, I have some activities for you guys. So make sure that you have your decks nearby. So whether you have your favorite tarot deck or oracle deck or both, make sure you guys have those on hand because I want to do some stuff together with you guys. I thought it would be a lot of fun. I just, like I said, just want to have lots of fun with you guys with this chat because I know it's going to be a little while. Oh, the woodland hag is here. What up, Mags? This is hi. Ooh, the witch's moon. And then Lady Knight was commenting on Loki and the Puma. Okay, so yes, without looking at my Addy. Yay, the witch's moon is here. So let me grab my scissors. We are handy. The altar is also my workspace. Well, actually, it's like also my spell space. All right, so let's open her up. The witch's moon. Okay, let's not dump the tea all over. That'd be no bueno. You know, lately, while I try to work this out, my dreams have been in Spanish and Italian lately. I mean, I know that I know Spanish and I speak Spanish, but I just don't use it a lot. It's, I mean, sometimes, I guess when I'm talking to the Spanish teachers at the school, and I was pretty proficient at Italian. I just haven't spoken it in a while, you know, so it's I only remember bits and pieces. But it's interesting, you know, in my dreaming state, as of late, it's been a mixture of like Spanish and Italian in my dreams. And I'm like, oh. My dreams are no longer in English. It's interesting. Ooh, I have so much packed in this live chat with you guys. I'm like remembering everything that I'm gonna do. So we're gonna take a look at the witch's moon. Priority number one. Number two, I have a story time. Like, it will trip you out. I think you guys are gonna like it. And then number three, I have some like interactive stuff that we could do with our cards. All right. Lady Knight's wondering if Italy is calling me back. Ugh, Italy's always calling me. I swear, that's where my heart is. Like, that's where I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be in Italy. Like, that's where I felt like I was home, you know? Okay, so we are gonna open it up. Susie's excited about story time. I love telling stories. Okay, so this is what we have. Ooh, I have this deck. Okay, so let's take a look at the goodies. Alrighty. I mean, of course, I'll do a proper like video of all of this. Leeson said, "Oh no, I still have to wait for my box." Oh, Lisa, do you want to look away, or do you, I mean, maybe it would just help the anticipation. Lady Knight says, well, you might have to wait for a while before you can travel back there. I will have to wait a while. I I have the itch to travel though this summer, but not a lot of traveling that dude and I can do together really because we don't have anybody to watch our kitties. The people that were in charge of that was like, yes, I have to look away. We'll come back later. Okay, no problem. I understand. I understand. No spoilers. um, but yeah, the my dude's mom used to be the one that used to watch the cats, and she was always, really good with that. But she's no longer on this plane, so she can't do it anymore. I'm sure she's here, but Woodland says, "I can't wait to see in the box. Open it, open it." um, and then my best friend, who's like the opera star, she was also in charge of watching, like Wally and, well, it would be Wally and Loki, but she's like busy being an opera star, so she's really not in town anymore. Okay, here we go. So it always comes with a card that is chosen for you. And like I said, I'll do a proper review on my channel, but this is like, it came during my live chat. Um, so I always think that the message is so perfect. So the message is Lady Nada, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. And that's what I've been working on, and that is so perfect. Susie says, my ex-husband and I had our in-laws move in when we went to Europe to watch our kitties. Yeah, we don't have anybody anymore, and his father can't really be counted on to watch the kitties. He's not that responsible. And then my dad and my stepmom, they're interesting folk. Like, my dad's not like the warm and cuddly kind of dad, and neither is my stepmom. I mean, I love them both, but they're not people, like, especially to like not even to family. Like, my dad is kind of like me, I guess, a little bit. My dad's more of a hermit, and he just likes to keep to himself and to his like wife, and they just like, I don't know, they go on their own little adventures, and they'd rather not have to like have responsibility to family. So it's like oh, Abundance is here. It says good evening or good morning where you are. Well, it is good morning here. All right, so this is called Ascended Guides. All right, and I will just glance at this. Ooh, it says Lady of the Lake. I almost thought that said Lady Night. Ooh, Lady Night, maybe this is for you. Okay, so I will refer to this when I can't figure out what's in the box. So, first things first. Excuse me. We have the Ascended Masters artwork. Oh, Healing Days Oracle. Good evening from Ireland. Oh, heck yeah. Hello. We have just like an international group in here. We have people from Scotland, Ireland, Germany, States, like all over the place. Okay. So, Ascended Masters, this is emerging from the Theosophical tradition. Ascended Masters or guides are spiritually enlightened beings who have undergone a series of spiritual transformations, having perfected themselves through multiple incarnations. These guides preserve the world's ancient spiritual knowledge while overseeing the evolution of humanity. Guides vary by belief and tradition. Below is a belief list noting some familiar and exceptional examples of guides and their attributes. They embody immense wisdom accessible to humanity when thoughtfully requested. So certain guides they have here are Bri, or Brigid, Buddha, Cernunnos, Archangel Chamuel, Archangel Gabriel, Gaia, Ganesha, Saint Germain, Horus, Isis, Joan of Arc, Kali, Krishna, Kuan Yin, Mercury, Archangel Michael, Morgan, Mother Mary, Archangel Raphael, the Shekinah, Shiva, Tara, and Yeshua. And so it tells you like their origin and then their guiding message. Well, Goddess Tara from the Buddhist origin says nourishment, ethical contact, and virtue. Ooh. It says, hey, healing. It's interesting too. I work with deity, and one that I've worked with. Well, there's a couple that I've kind of always worked with. It's Santa Muerte and Mercury and Horus. Well, Santa Muerte has recently not not wanted to go by that title anymore, at least with me. So I've been working with Mectecaciguatl, which is the Aztec goddess of the underworld, ruling with her husband. And so that's actually the energy that I've been working with lately. So kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of changed, and it just seems more comfortable now, Mictecaciguatl. So I was like, okay. So yes, this is pretty cool. And then we open the inside that now has all this cool covering. um, and Healing Days is saying hello to Lady Night, and Susie's like very beautiful. Woodland is saying that it's amazeballs, amazing. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest. Put this. I'm like, where do I put this? I will put this here. Now that would be a trip to the Mayan temples. I want to go to the Mayan temples someday. You know, my dad and my stepmom took a trip to Machu Picchu, and they loved it. You know, they're in Peru, and actually the picture that they took a lot of pictures, but a couple of their pictures are in my Wally's World deck, just because I don't know. You know, my dad and my stepmom, I wouldn't say are like spiritual people, but they had a rather spiritual experience over there, and they said they were just in awe. So that's I want to go to the Mayan temples though, you know, someday. Okay, so the first thing looks like we have a little tea bag in here, and that is for some tea. It says some Jupiter herbal tea. Interesting. Susie said yes, Peru. Okay, what is in this tea? We placed some Jupiter herbal tea blend within this collection to assist you in your journey towards enlightenment. So in there, the tea, they have some green tea, rosemary, sage, safflowers, and rose petals. That sounds delish. So I always appreciate when they have tea in their boxes. I always request it. I'm like, Witch's Moon, if you could just put out more tea, that would be excellent. Ooh, and then they always have some herbs in here, and they have some dandelion leaf and peppermint leaf, which actually I have a plethora of dandelions growing in my front yard right now. Healing Days says, interesting, Jupiter tea. I need some of that. Yes, I can't wait to taste that actually. And I can't use anything till I make my proper review video, and then I just like dive into everything. I'm like, yes. Peppermint leaf I think is really good for, I think like sometimes I've used it for dream pillows, I've used it for teas. Anytime I want to spice things up in a different way, like usually if I'm working like trying to bring in like abundance of money, especially, I'm gonna be using some peppermint. So and Mag says dandelion is lovely. Yes, you know, it's interesting the things that we call weeds and the things that are considered they can stay in the yard. I mean, I know I need to tend to that yard because we get like a little bit of rain and the yard goes, you know, like grass, weeds, and everything everywhere. So I do need to tend to it because it's pretty wild looking right now. I need to tame it a little bit. But yeah, I like to use dandelion. It's not a throwaway to me. Okay, looks like we have some other stuff here. All right, we have a token of wisdom, and this looks like it is the spell to use for their spell candle. Beautiful artwork, by the way. That's cool. And here's their candle. This I can open. I'm just looking down at the notes. It says they have anointed this candle with the intention of enhancing your ability to receive messages from guides. The incantation that accompanies the spell candle has been created on a piece of artwork that can be placed within your Book of Shadows. Let's see, do they say anything else about this? It has been enchanted with a special mixture of their spirit guide magical anointing oil. Oh my goodness. That is like witchy to the max. Like so herby. Like, whew. Like dark herbs, actually. That's really, really nice. I love their beeswax candles. They smell so good and they feel so good and they burn so clean. Okay, and put that off to the side. Hello, Wally. What else? What else? Oh, okay, we have a couple of pieces of artwork. One says Book of Shadows. She's saying, oh, lush. And dedication. This book is dedicated. Oh, a book. Oh, so we have these, which must go to something. So let's find out what that something is. Check that out. Oh my goodness. Oh, amazeballs. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what I just realized? Because the Caduceus, like Mercury, like who I work with, heck yeah. It's so beautiful. Oh, this is the most silent chat now ever. I'm like, oh, I love the hand done pages with the little flowers pressed into it. Like, whoa. Oh, this would be good for also doing art on. Oh, my brain's already like, you could paint on this, you could do art with this, you could write poetry in this, you could do so much with this. Wow. Wow, witch's moon. Like, heck yeah. Oh, I just realized there's also embossed flowers along the side here. Oh my goodness. Oh, it feels so good. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. I've run out of vocabulary other than oh, wow. Okay, let's look at what this has to say. Okay. Handmade Book of Shadows with flower pressed paper. This beautiful Book of Shadows spirit journal was handmade for this very collection exclusively for the subscribers of the Witch's Moon. Each page of handmade paper has been pressed with flower petals to exude our connection with nature. We have placed this Book of Shadows within this collection to provide you with a platform to document and communicate your experiences with your guides, ancestors, or any ascended guides that you may be inspired by. This can include writing down your inspirations and energies that you experience while working with these guides, or simply logging messages that you may receive. So it talks a little bit more about it, and then I want to see if they talked about the images on that have been embossed on it. Okay, on the front of the Book of Shadows, we have placed the winged twin serpent. The serpent has been etched into the fabric of almost all cultures and magical practices. The Celts associated the snake with fertility and wisdom. The Greeks and Romans inscribed the snake on altars as the symbol of a guardian spirit. In ancient China, serpents were associated with intelligence, wisdom, and communication. This very specific design portrays the life force energy, or Kundalini serpent, associated with many magical workings. The Kundalini represents our past, present, and future. This twin serpent also resonates deeply within the chakras as well as representing the journey to transcendence. Placed on the back of this book is the sacred oak tree or tree of life, representing our beautiful connection to the elements. Our intention for placing this sacred tree on the back of this book is to bring the fundamental elements of magic into your workings and inspiration. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the artwork then that they gave us earlier, they said you can place inside of here, like, to dedicate this book. And, you could also make it your Book of Shadows. That is fabulous. So I'm Just going back to your comments. They're all just like, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is handmade. That must have cost a little fortune. Yeah, I'm always amazed. Like sometimes they put stuff in the boxes and it's like, really? Because I know how much I pay for the box and like how much is each of those items like individually? Like like what? So yeah, this is awesome. And also what's interesting is this is even before I felt like, you know, something where they wanted to be Mektekasiwaro is when I go into meditation now, like before and even now when I go into meditation more often, I'm not myself when I'm in my meditation. I'm this dude. I'm this Mayan dude. I know for sure I'm Mayan. And every time I look down on my forearms in my meditation, I always have a serpent like tattooed on my forearm here, and on my other arm I have a dagger tattooed. And I haven't ever quite figured out what they meant, but I thought that it was just interesting that I literally was just talking about Mektekasiwaro. And then again, you know, with the serpents and wow, I don't know, that's just like really interesting to me. So this is gorgeous. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. We have to move. Hey, Wally. Wally Walito has joined us. So synchronicity, love that. Yes, for sure. Okay, what else do we have in here? Ooh, my favorite type of incense. I love the rope incense. Okay, so let's look and find the incense. Okay, Nag Champa ritual rope incense. Nag Champa after Satya Sai Baba. Nag Champa is created using natural herbs, gums, and sandalwood. My dude's uncle and his wife follow Sai Baba, so I'm always hearing about him. So interesting that Nag Champa always smells really nice. And then we have Lady of the Lake, which I thought again was Lady Night, but this is the Lady of the Lake Sacred Salt for your bath, which I usually just sprinkle on the floor of my shower. And sorry, Wally. So fresh. Actually, it does smell. It smells kind of oceany, actually. That's nice. Like you guys can smell. I'm sorry. It smells like the ocean, by the way. I'm like, oh, here, smell this. Duh. Okay, so let's see what's in here. They've created this with the intention of providing you further access to spiritual knowledge and insight. The Lady of the Lake is often referred to as a resemblance of Ceridwen, or the Keeper of the Cauldron, also reflected as the crone, or the darker aspect of the triple goddess. Ceridwen is the holder of esoteric knowledge. And then it tells you like some of the things you could do. Inside here they have avocado. Heck yeah, I love avocado. Rosemary, eucalyptus, spearmint, and basil oils, as well as spearmint, rosemary, lemon balm, linden, eucalyptus, wood betony, blackberry leaf, and eleuthero root herbs, and a special mixture of their Ceridwen magical oil. And I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. So very cool. Mag says Wellington. It says, so this salt turns you into the Lady of the Lake in your tub? Maybe. Healing Days said, wow, so many good things. Yes. And we're not done. Okay, we have more. We have a couple more things, actually. Looks like we have their oil, which I always love their oils. Put that off to the side for use another time. I love to reuse actually everything, the leftover stuff, like the little, I reuse this stuff, I reuse this, like I reuse everything. Okay, so in here, this is called Ascended Masters Magical Anointing Oil. Let's take a look. Let's take a smell and then we take a look. It's like really light, and I smell like a lot of like orangey, like lemon, like fresh and like kind of floaty, very light and floaty. That's nice. Oh, it is so herby in there. I don't want to dump it, but yeah, it is very, very herby in there. Okay, Susie says that has meaning for me. Lady of the Lake is a sort of local store and a possible meetup with a tarot reader, but too shy to go. Ugh. Hmm. Well, I would say maybe bring a friend. Help calm the nerves a little bit. So let's see what's in our Ascended Masters um, oil here. Okay. They've created this magical anointing oil with the intention of attracting ancient knowledge and wisdom into your workings. So it says some things that you could do with it. They've enchanted it with frankincense, rosemary, lemongrass, and chamomile oils, and blue cornflower, mugwort, and lemongrass herbs as well. So that was the lemon that I was getting. They've also included their wise counsel magical oil from their personal cabinet of witchery. So this is quite awesome as well. All right, we have one more item in here. Ooh, check that out. So let me go to the first page. I believe this is okay. So brass spiked candle holder. A much requested item for our hand rolled spell candles. We have included a brass spiked candle holder. This wonderful candle holder can be used to sturdy any candle of your choice to use while you write within your book of shadows or perform ritual. So yeah, I mean, I've actually been wanting, because I have a lot of different like containers for candles, but I wanted like one to sit up on something. So that's kind of cool. You just put your little dirt right there, and there you go. Ooh, that makes it look so fancy. Ooh. All right. So yes, those were all the items in the March Witch's Moon. Heck yeah. I am loving all of this, making sure I'm not missing anything down in there. And then of course I get to reuse all of this. I reuse the tissue paper. Actually, I use this to wrap my Wally's World oracles when I mail them out. And then I use this as packing material for when I'm like doing like birthday gifts or whatever gifts I'm doing. Yes, and I'll definitely reuse this little thing, because I don't think I tore it. And then I reuse this, and I just reuse all the things. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. Okay, so I told you guys after the Witch's Moon, I would give you guys a little bit of a story time. So, yes. And if Lisa and T makes it back, girl, just know that this box is awesome sauce. You were going to be so happy when it arrives. Okay, Susie says, too cute. Okay, so let's put this over here. Just making like short little things, the kitties can't eat and choke on. I gotta look out for my boys because they are mischievous. Wally said, not me, I'm a good boy. Yeah, Wally, you're a good boy. Okay, let's put that over here then. And let's move this over here. I know, Wally, I'm just disrupting your sleep. I'm so sorry. And move the scissors. Okay, Wally's like, what the heck? Okay, so story time. I promised you guys a story time. Okay. Okay, do you guys remember those that were here last Saturday in the chat? I was talking about my crazy dream that I had. Well, I've had another crazy dream since then, but where it didn't feel like, it felt like it was more than a dream. And I usually can decipher, like I know when certain dreams are real dreams. Hey, tarot girl. And when some are like more than a dream. And so I was, talking about like the energy in the water, and I was talking about like the fountains and coins being tossed into a fountain. Then I was talking about like my dude and I on a trip to like the desert, to the desert where we were like 1,000 feet up and we're looking down onto the desert and there's like this scientist and then remember I was talking about like my dude and I, we go into this lady's house, but she's like passed away, and I was like feeling her spirit, and like I was asking, I was wondering why my dude couldn't see like all the spirits that were around him, like trying to communicate with him. So there was that dream. I think I told you guys in more detail. This is last night. Hi. um, but yeah. So I told you guys that dream last Saturday, and I said it was just like such a crazy dream. So then, so I tell this to you guys on Saturday. So that Sunday, my dude's like, I've decided I think we can have a little fun Sunday trip out to the Living Desert Museum out in Palm Desert. And I was like, oh, okay, because I mean, he swears I've been there. I don't think I've ever been there before. Even when I was there, I was like, nothing looked familiar. I was like, I haven't been here. He's like, yes, you were. I'm like, no, I wasn't. But okay, so we were going to the like down the back roads, going through the mountains to get to Palm Desert, which is right next to Palm Springs. This is turtles, yes. And we stopped off on this like lookout point where a lot of cars were pulling over, and we could feel the wind like rocking the car. So we knew these are strong winds. We saw some people out there, and I'm like videoing the people that are standing out on this overlook. Desert tortoises. Oh, we saw some of those. And like they're like trying to walk against the wind, like so we know these are like 100-mile-an-hour winds. Like seriously, these are high winds, like and so it was like okay, on the count of 3 we're going to get out of the car. Hey Missy, because I want to go like feel this 100-mile-an-hour wind, too, and I want to look at what everybody's looking at, so I go to get out of the car, and I in my brain, I don't think of hold on to the car door for dear life because it might blow off. Cali Mesa girl here down the road. Oh, hey! And so, the door starts to like fly open. The dude's like, grab the door, and I'm like grabbing it. I'm like, oh, like it's so windy. I'm like holding the door and like trying to get out and trying to like close the door to like it was literally that windy. And so we're like walking, and I like tried to tie my hair as tight as possible because I knew it would just be like all over the place. And so we're like your face is like like it's so windy. And I go and I look out over the cliff, where everybody is looking, the overlook, and that exact same desert floor that I saw in my dream of being like 1,000 feet up with the scientist or whatever looking down onto the desert. That's where we were. We were like 1,000 feet up, and we're looking down onto the desert. Like it was exactly my dream, but I mean, I guess without a mad scientist. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. So I took a bunch of pictures because I wanted to tell my best friend. I was like, look, this is what it looked like in my dream. So then we make our way down into Palm Desert. We go to the Living Desert Museum, which was really cool. They have it separated into like Africa and then North America. And it's basically just like big open there. I mean, it's kind of a zoo too. But it's basically just using the land, so like the mountain goats are on the mountains, and the giraffes are just kind of like roaming on the acres and acres that they have out there. So it's like, not really. I mean, it doesn't really like look like a zoo to me, but I guess there's animals there, so that's cool. And they have like the desert tortoises and everything. They have meerkats and all of that. It's all the desert animals. Susie's like, wow, and Healing Days is like, that's amazing. So we're walking around, and then he's like, oh, we can go on a walk to this overlook where you can see the San Andreas Fault. And like it has these different telescopes that can show you where the oases are, because when the fault line and the earth shifts and everything, it brings water to the surface, and wherever you see the palm trees, that's where the oasis is. That's where the water is. Palm trees just happen to spring up where there's water. So you can see kind of like the dotting of the different oasi of that are out there along the fault line, and you can see the palm trees and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And so we decided to continue our walk, and there would be these huge gusts of wind where basically we would just kind of turn around and cover our faces because we'd get sandblasted, because it's crazy winds out there that just kind of like, but you can hear the wind coming. You hear like a, and then it's like on you and you're like, but I used to spend my summers in the desert, so I'm kind of like used to that. I'm kind of a desert girl. I mean, I'm a beach girl, but I'm a desert girl. Like, I love the desert. um, we're walking around and he's like, you find any good rocks to take home? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Um, and I found like a little piece of quartzite. I found a piece of diorite, which is like, I guess it has like manganese in it, and a little bit of quartz, and like, I don't know. I'm like trying to think of all my mineral names. It's got a lot of different minerals in it, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of a black and white stone. Um, and then I saw a green stone sticking out of the ground. I've never seen a green stone. I mean, I've seen it in stores, but like not in the ground. So I was like, what is that? I go to pick it up. And it was serpentinite, kind of like where serpentine comes from. But yeah, it's serpentinite and it was attached to pink granite, which was really cool. So I brought that home, but it's about that big and it's underneath my pillow right now. But yeah, I mean, there was just so many cool stones. There was a lot of pink granite out there, and um, a lot of quartzite. And I was like, whoa. So yeah, it was pretty cool. This is Joshua. It's I no I well that is not near Joshua Tree, I don't think. But I used to go to Ridgecrest every summer, and Ridgecrest is near China Lake, which is in the high desert. Um, near Death Valley. Like, that's where I used to spend every single summer. And then I used to go there in the wintertime too. But yeah, I love me the desert. Like, I love the desert plants, the desert animals. And Spring Valley, I guess, is kind of a desert climate-ish. I don't know, it's kind of odd. We're like in the middle of like desert, not desert. Says no, we go there. Like, oh wow, cool. That is so cool. So yeah, I had so much fun out there. And then we're coming, we're leaving, and my boyfriend's like, he says there was like a big model train thing here and we couldn't find it. He finally found it, and it's like this huge massive thing, and it's really cool model train. And there's a little part, like a little fountain where you could toss your coins in. And as I went to take my coins out, it jogged my memory of my dream of fountain with the coins, with the desert. I was like, oh my gosh, it's all coming together. Like, it's weird how it is in your dream state, but that's how it played out in reality. That we did go to the desert. We did see that, do the overlook. I did toss a coin into a fountain. While we were there, and then we decided to hit up the Palm Desert Costco and just kind of see what they had. Because we had to do our grocery shopping, and we like to check out different Costcos. And so as we're driving to the Costco, I happened to look up at the bill. There was a billboard for, like, I don't know, like tax consultant or something, and the phone number was the numbers that I saw on the license plate of the old lady's car in my dream. I remember the car that was in my dream was like in her house, but it was like my dude's same car, like a white Honda Accord, but the license plate number was like 447, and then there was like a few other numbers and letters. And as I looked up, I saw the phone number. It was like 447, and then it was like, I was like, what? So I thought that was cool. Lady Knight says, so you traveling ahead, that's kind of cheating. I know, right? So, okay, so then second dream. This dream was on Tuesday night. So Tuesday night, I have this dream that during my 6th period class, that's my last class of the day with my freshmen, that there is a fire. The fire alarm has gone off, and for some reason, or maybe it's a drill, but in my dream, I'm with my 6th period freshmen, and I have to take them onto the football field because that's where we do our drill. Everybody, the school evacuates to the football field. So we're going to the football field, and I'm trying to count to make sure that I have all my students, and I'm wondering if it's a drill or a fire in my dream. And the buses show up, like these big like school buses and charter buses, and they're coming to pick up the kids to take them to safety. And so when I woke up, I felt like it was again more than a dream, and I was like, well, I hope we don't have a fire at school, or maybe if we have a drill that like we've already had all our drills this year, you know. So I'm like, you know, so I'm just kind of going throughout the day, but I'm like waiting to see if like something is gonna happen. And so I had a student during like my fourth period or whatever um, leave, you know, our emergency. We have these emergency papers that we, when we go out for a drill, we write down the names of the students that are absent that day and the students that are unaccounted for. And so they gave us a stack of those like new little papers, and it jogged my memory of my dream again. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the emergency papers, you know, but it was just a kid dropping them off saying, oh, here, you're going to need more of these. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. So I'm just like on alert all day, like, and so there's that. And then I overhear one of my students talking about, and then there was a fire, da, 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 and they were talking about like a memory they had of like another day. But I'm like on alert to everything that says fire and emergency. I'm like, you know. And so then sixth period rolls around, and before the class starts, one of my students says, are we going out to watch the Marines doing a presentation of the colors, you know, they're doing a ceremony. And I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that was on Monday. He's like, no, it's today. It's today, Wednesday. They're doing a presentation during sixth period. He's like, are we going? And I was like, well, I wanted us to go, but I thought we missed it on Monday. And he's like, well, I'm pretty sure I saw it out there. So I go back and I check my email that I already like discarded. And I check my trash, and I'm like, oh, it is today. And I did want to take my sixth period out. So where is it? On the football field in the bleachers. So I take my sixth period out there, and as we're walking out to the football field, I happen to look over to the side and I see all the lines of the charter buses that brought the Marines. So that was my dream, that I would be out on the football field with my sixth period class, and there would be buses. It was literally the buses that was bringing the band from like the Marines band, you know. I was like, oh my gosh, that was my dream. So it wasn't a fire drill or anything, but we were out on the field. So I thought that was just kind of crazy. I was like, oh, so yeah. Anywho, just thought I'd share it with you. I just thought that was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Butterfly Love Child says, bruh. So anyway, I thought that I would just share that little story with you, because I thought that that was just like such a coincidence, you know, with those dreams. And of course I tell my dude, and he tells me, he says, your dreams are literally useless. I'm like, they are not useless. That's cool. He's like, your dreams have never won the lottery. Until your dreams win the lottery, he's all, they have no purpose. But you know, that's my dude. So I'm like, okay, well, he says, like, you literally dream about people telling jokes about a car that you see on the road. And you're like, ooh, that was in my dream. He's like, okay, that does nothing for us. I'm like, okay, but it's cool. Anyway, so yeah, okay. Now, the third part of today's chat, I said that I wanted it to be more interactive so that we can play with our cards a little bit. So I will give you like a una memento to grab your oracle or tarot deck. Butterfly said, could be prepping for something bigger one day. Could be. You know, I'm like, I think it's cool. I mean, maybe just to me it's cool. It says, my man is the same. He says, you're a witch, win the lottery. Exactly. Everardo, it's your boy Miko. Just wanted to say hi. Hey, what's up, Miko? So yay, I'm so glad. Like, everybody's in here today. Okay, so Susie has the Native American Tarot deck. Okay, so you guys list what decks are you working with right now. We're gonna do a little interaction. I have 3 decks in front of me because I couldn't choose which one I wanted to use for the chat. So I have the Memento Mori, I have the Star Power Tarot, And I have the deck that I trimmed, and I made my deck modification video. Lady Knight has Tarot of the Old Path. All right. This one is the Eden Tarot, so Tarot de l'Eden. Abundance has the Guardian Tarot. So this one I trimmed. I'm so happy. It's all beautiful now. It's just the pictures. Missy has the Fountain Tarot with her. Okay. Alrighty, so maybe I'll use this one since it's in my hot little hands. Okay. Susie says, gorgeous, your trim deck. Yes, I'm like so happy with it. I thought it was gonna turn out a little janky because it's my first trimming and cornering, but I think it came out really well. Those corners look awesome. Thank you, Lady Knight, for the corner puncher recommendation. Essence is using the Kaleidodope tarot. This is, ooh, the Tarot of Eden, looking good. Yes. This says, it's beautiful. I would edge it. I've been thinking about it, but I'll wait on that because I'm afraid to like mess it up with edging. I'm like, I don't know, edging something I haven't done. Well, I hadn't done a trimming either. Missy says, I have to go through and get ready for work. Have fun, everyone. All right, Missy. So you have a fantastic day at work. Mwah! I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Okay, so I am going to dive into the 365 tarot spreads. We're going to do a little spread action. Let's see, do I want to do this one or this one? You know what? Let's do this one because tomorrow is International Women's Day, so I think this spread will be really good. Okay, so we're going to be doing the female nature spread, and this is for March 8th. But I mean, it's like going to be March 8th tomorrow. Okay, so it says female domination and oppression continue in many parts of the world where women legally live as prisoners, unable to leave their homes unless under male guardianship and not possessing essential equal human rights. The High Priestess and the Empress combined create the complete female archetype. A woman's dual nature is represented in the two cards, as the High Priestess echoes inner truth and reflective nature, while the Empress represents birth and creative potential. On this day, so on this day tomorrow, tomorrow it is International Women's Day, first celebrated in the U.S. in 1909. The United Nations advocates awareness and action on this day regarding the social, political, and human rights of women around the world. Summation of the spread. Pondering Human Rights, a survey of humanity begs the question as to why any sane species would inflict so much brutality and degradation upon half its population, especially the half that gives birth to an entire species. Having no say over their future or their bodies, the world unacceptably looks the other way and chalks it up to foreign culture. This spread takes a look at control, repression, and expression operating in your life regardless of your gender. So this could be for our homies out there that are dudes or our dudettes. Okay, so let me look in here. Oh, Sheldon the Reaction is here. What up, Sheldon? Abundance says, I just finished the book Kindred from Octavia Butler. It is about slavery, not female alone, but as you mentioned it, I just thought about it. That's cool. I've been reading, like I've finally had a chance to start reading like a good amount of books lately, which I haven't had, so much time. So that would be something I want to take a look at then. Okay, so like I said, so it says that this could be used regardless if you are, male or female. So I'm just going to go through the questions and then I'll go through them one by one as we lay our cards out. So everybody says that they have their decks. So whatever deck it is that you are working with. Okay, so the first section is called Control. Why is feminine nature terrifying to those in control? Oh, Kelly Bear and Becca reviewed it. Oh, I love Kelly Bear's book recommendations. I've gotten so many books because of her. And I have to check out Becca too. I mean, I've seen a lot on her channel as well, but I'll look at both of them. Number 2, why is there a need to control feminine nature? And the second section is titled Repression. In what way have I been repressed? Number 4, what part of my personality is considered dangerous by others? And the third part, expression. What do I need to express? What happens if I operate at the height of my potential? What would the world be like if women held the power that men do? What can I do to empower women? So this is freaking awesome. All right. I think this is going to be great. Abundance says, yeah, I was a little late, had to study, but it is so good. So I'll definitely check it out for sure. And Sheldon says, I love your amazing channel and I'm your biggest fan. Oh, thank you, Sheldon. Well, Sheldon, if you happen to have some cards available, we are going to do a spread together. So let's do this. All right, I'm going to have my Wally's World hold this side of the book. Okay, I have my deck of cards here. And we are pulling 8 cards. So let's pull for the first card. The question is, why is feminine nature terrifying to those in control? All right, so you guys pull your card. Why is feminine nature terrifying to those in control? That card flew out, so that is our card. And since I cut off like the bottoms here, I do have to like count the pips. 3, 6. Oh. Okay. 10 of coins. That's interesting. Hey, Sherry Bug, what up, girl? Wow, why is feminine nature terrifying to those in control? Wow. Because you can't control a strong foundation. You know, if families and society were balanced and strong, you know, a people, you know, that wish to inflict fear and oppression, you know, on another group can't do so if the society that they're trying to do it to has such a strong foundation, a strong balanced foundation where men and women are working equally, and respect each other equally. Like you can't break that up. It's too strong. So very interesting, you know, the 10 of coins. You can't rule over people that are working together. Huh. That is true. True. Lady Knight got the 8 of Cups. And Latifa, we are not doing questions right now. We're actually doing a spread together. So if you want to do the spread with us, you're more than welcome. Susie got the 3 of Vessels, Corn Dance. Abundance got the 4 of Swords. And Essence got the Tower. Wow. Those are all like, wow. I like that. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah. Okay. Number 2. Why is there a need to control feminine nature? Why is there a need to control feminine nature? Okay, that is our card that was sticking out. Let's see. Mary said, 2 cards jumped out for me, 5 of Swords and the Magician. That's an interesting pairing. Lady Knight said 8 of Cups, being afraid of us women, nor needing them anymore. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, definitely post like what are you getting, you know, with the cards that you have chosen, or not chosen, but the cards that jumped out at you, or the cards that, you know, came out. Like how are you connecting it then to the question? So I just think it's fascinating. Oh, sorry. Wally, you're killing my leg. My leg has gone dead. I'm sorry. Oh, Puma. Do you want to sit in the moon box? Susie said Warrior of Shields. That's interesting too. I think these are all like my brain's going like woo hoo hoo, you know, with the cards that you guys picked. Sherry Bug got 4 of Cups. Okay, so for the question, why is there a need to control feminine power? Or sorry, feminine nature. So why is there a need to control feminine nature? I have the Fool card. And Abundance gets Strength. Lady Knight says 3 of Pentacles. because feminine nature seems to be more fluid, more um, willing to take risks, more um, amorphous. Feminine nature is just, it kind of, I just kind of see like this energy like moving where it is needed in order to aid in healing. So again, I'm talking about like maybe feminine nature. I could also be talking about male or female, but I'm just talking about the energy of femininity. That it just seems to move. It's so languid and fluid, that you know wanting to control something like that because it has no shape. It could be scary to those that wish to have control over a people if there is something that you don't understand, and it almost it's yeah, it's just like it's somehow I'm trying to like rope this energy in, and I don't know how, so I'm just going to like and I don't understand it, therefore I must dominate it. Like that's kind of crazy. um let's see. Lady Knight said 3 of Pentacles, controlling what we learn to keep us smaller. Abundance says we are stronger, we are more emotional, but I think it helps us. And Susie, something about ambition with men, oppression. And no offense to men here. Yeah, of course. It's we're talking about their like groups of people that wish to dominate other groups of people. Whether it's femininity in nature, either being male or female, or women. It's that I think that's kind of like what we're talking about. So Essence says, Ace of Swords, feminine nature is clear and cuts the confusion. Exactly. So like for me, I just see it as, I gotta try to contain this. If I see it as a liquid, they want to put it in the cup and then put the lid on it, and that's how we're gonna keep it contained. We're gonna keep it quiet, um, because then you take away that solid foundation of that 10 of Pentacles. And then it's basically it's divide and conquer is what it is. Divide and conquer the people. Don't let them learn to work together. Ooh, and I love that they're both purple. So that's nice. Okay, question number 3. In what way have I been repressed? That's interesting. I would like to know because, I think I've enjoyed many privileges, growing up in Southern California here in the U.S. I mean, I had kind of a crappy childhood, and maybe I guess maybe things were a little gender biased growing up. A lot gender biased growing up, and the neighborhood I grew up in, and the culture that I grew up in. Okay, so maybe I just maybe look at the grand scheme of things of like, I have made a pretty nice life for myself, but I know that's not like that for everybody. Okay, in what way have I been repressed? What way have I been repressed? 8 of Cups. I'm like, yes, I'm counting my pips. 8 of Cups. That's interesting. Okay, Sherrybug says, I'm using the White Sage Tarot, and the 4 of Cups is 3 cups being poured into 1 large cup. And Susie got the Matriarch of Vessels. Interesting that you pulled the Matriarch. Okay, I think I know what this is. Sheldon said, amazing tarots. Lady Knights at the Star, others keeping my hopes and dreams small. That would be a good interpretation as well. Mary got the 6 of Wands, expected to succeed, pressure from others and from myself to be perfect. Abundance got the King of Pence. I think for myself, how have I been personally repressed? I've been told, I've had to keep my emotions to myself when I was younger. Not so much now. I don't think I do that, but it was like, you don't cry, you don't show anger, you don't do any of that. You don't show emotions at all. You never want to be too happy, so you have to, keep that in because you're seen as too and this might be, I don't know, like Asian culture, just like me growing up. But it was like, yeah, you're too, nobody wants a girl who's too loud, too pushy, um, makes too much of a fuss. You don't want a girl who is emotional because she's just too much trouble. Um, you don't want to make trouble for people. You want to be quiet and you want to make people happy. That's kind of like what I was taught when I was little. You get a smack if you cry, you get a smack if you're too happy, you get a, it's like, that kind of stuff. So I was told to kind of basically walk away from my emotions. And a lot of the dreams that I had and things that I wanted to do was like, oh, well, you can't do that. That won't make a living. Or no, my dad used to tell me, you'll just give up. Anytime I wanted to try something, oh, you'll just give up. But I've never given up on anything. But it was like their way of like, they don't want to have to get involved or get me involved in anything. And then that might cost money. So would rather just have her do nothing at all. So it was just I'll just walk away. You'll just give up. You'll just give up. You're not good at that. So they would tell me that I'm not smart enough or that I'm not good enough. So I shouldn't try anything. Just marry rich and that's going to be your life. Just go marry rich. My mom used to say, go marry a doctor and then you'll have a good life. And I'm like, what if I want to be the doctor? My mom's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Sheldon said King of Cups is right. Essence got the Page of Cups. Lady Knight said lots of water energy from this third question. Interesting. It is. Susie's like horrible. Ugh. Sharebug's like wow. Yeah. So yeah, that brings up a lot of stuff. And I think I've done very well for myself. Like I'm really proud of myself and all the things that I've accomplished. And now, it's just sad that it just took me so long to figure out that I could really do whatever it is that I want to do. And if I want to show my emotions, I will show my emotions, whether they be angry, whether they be sad, whether they be super happy and I want to like bounce up and down, and be a fool, like, that I can do all of that stuff. And I'm so much happier now, but I just wish that like little me, that I could just like go back in time and tell like little me, like, don't listen to these people. It's just because like their dreams were crushed by their parents doesn't mean that they needed to crush your dreams. So I wish I could tell myself that. I know that now. Abundance says, in this deck, the King of Pentacles is a spiritual tree guy. That was something that wasn't stimulated. Interesting. It says you should be. Oh, thank you, Susie. And Sheldon's like, that's so true. Okay, so let me pull this card back out. Oops, I like put my cups away. Come back out, cups. Where did you go? Accidentally shuffled my cups card back in. No, come back. Okay, there we are. Boop. Okay. Whew. Wow. Didn't know this would be, this kind of spread that was just like so powerful. Okay. Number 4. What part of my personality is considered dangerous by others? And the card flew out. What part of my personality is considered dangerous by others? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of Cups. Interesting. I think the part of my personality that people find dangerous, and actually if I think about it, it's the part of me that people want to put down or squash the most, whether they're doing it intentionally or not, is that I'm a dreamer. Like, in my brain, I'll think of something and I'll be like, I want to do that. And so I go do it. And there are people that tell me, oh no, it's like, that would never, it's just a waste of your time. It would never take off. Or why do you even want to do that? That would take so much of your time. Or, you're already really busy. You probably don't want to do that. But like, I have all these dreams and I'm like, why don't I act on them? And I like to act on my dreams, And so But I get people that tell me it's like a waste of my time, or it would never happen, or I'll be really let down when it doesn't happen. So why should I try? And I think that they're trying to, it's like from a place of love, like they're just trying to like keep me safe, but I don't know, but it just keeps you small, you know? um, let's see. Lady Knight got the devil. Sherry Bug got the hermit. Mary got the five of pence. Kind of stumped by this one. Abundance, two of wands. Sheldon said shuffle cards will be amazing idea. Susie said six of shields. Giveaway dance. Let's see. So for Mary's five of pentacles, a part of your personality that people might fear. Um, I would say that you're willing to give up things maybe that don't serve you anymore. You know, whether it be people or material items, you might be a person that is okay with letting things go, where people will like be, why are you giving that away? Like, no. Like somehow it's you know, like it's a loss for you somehow, where I think you're okay with making the area around you feel lighter, whereas others want you to hold on to everything because maybe they come from like that hoarding mentality of like hold on to everything because you might lose it someday, you know, and you don't want to lose anything. So it might be that the five of pentacles, I don't know, I'm just taking a guess, you know, that maybe you're more of a, you know, person that doesn't mind kind of letting things go, and some people are like no. Sherry Bug's like five of pence could also be maybe that you are willing to go through the hard times and get what you want. Abundance says, maybe I am someone who is always planning and thinking ahead, and that sometimes leads to changes. Yep, that too. Um, yeah, so this is interesting, you know, that yes. I mean, there are people that like some of my friends joke around. They're like, "Oh man, it's like you always just like whatever you think of, you just go do. And then whatever you do always turns out awesome." And I was like, "Well, not always. Like I fail too." I said, "But you guys just see my successes." And they're like, "Yeah, but like you're just not afraid to try." And they're like, "Oh, that's why we hate you." You know? My friends are always like, "That's why we hate you." Mary says, interesting thoughts, you guys. Thanks. Okay, so then, so far I have two cups cards. I think that's interesting. Number 5, what do I need to express? What do I need to express? Susie says, selfishness fetters the heart, not letting sour, however, not reversed, says friendship and wealth with others. Essence says, 9 of swords reversed. What do I need to express? I'm gonna have some tea on that one. Okay, what do I need to express? I wonder if Loki's still sleeping on his hammock. I think he is. Well, Loki's sleeping on Wally's hammock. What do I need to express? I have the King of Cups. So many cups cards, you guys. My emotions. My emotion. What do I need to express? Maybe, you know, because I was saying that, you know, I do let my emotions out. But maybe, you know, like with my students and my athletes, to maybe work on more of like actually working on their emotions, especially my freshmen. They can be so emotional. But actually finding like ways for them to not control their emotions. That's not really the word that I'm looking for, because I don't think emotions should be controlled, but I do think emotions should be worked with. That's actually what I'm looking for. Excuse me. So maybe even like, especially with my freshmen, my very hormonal 14 and 15-year-olds, whose emotions are like up and down, up and down. I'm like, I'm happy, I'm depressed, I'm happy, I'm like angry, I'm like want to hurt this person, and I'm like so happy now. It's like they're all over the board. So maybe if I could address their emotions more, and maybe like where they may be coming from so that maybe they can understand them more. So yes, I do have like my material and my curriculum that I'm teaching in my classroom and the stuff that I have to do with my athletes. But maybe also as like a side thing, just start asking them about, because I have done that a little bit. I notice when there's like a change in their mood and I do ask them what's up, but they're usually like nothing, or I'm fine, is usually what I get from them. But maybe I need to prod a little bit more. I need them to learn to express themselves, maybe find some words to express themselves a little bit more. So maybe they don't feel like everything's so bottled up. I don't know. That's just maybe something I just need to look into. It's just how to get the freshmen and possibly my seniors to also like learn to work with their emotions. And I think that, like I've told my seniors, that if people could just express themselves adequately in a way where they feel like they fully got out what they had to say, I think there would be less frustration in the world and less miscommunication. So, let's see. Sherry Bug got justice. Lady Not got the 8 of Wands. I need a vacation. Abundance got the 7 of Swords. And Susie said, read it wrong. 5 of Blades, spiritualist. Ooh. So yeah, I think that's interesting. Working with my kiddos. I remember it being very difficult to be a teenager. So I do feel for them. And I wish I could just go into their brains and like let them know. I said that you're gonna see yourself a lot differently when you're an adult. You're gonna wish you could go back to your freshman self and be like, what are you doing? Okay, so, oops, how did some of these cards get upside down? I'm gonna look at this card because I don't shuffle these in reverse. So I think it's poignant that I pick out this card because this card was, okay, that's a piece of my hair, but this card was kind of like upside down. So I thought I would just look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, wait, that's 10. That's the 10 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Enjoy being self-reliant. Okay, so I pulled this out as like a, because it was just upside down. So I think it does match the card that I pulled out prior. That maybe helping the students work with their emotions and knowing that there's no bad emotions or like good emotions. They're just emotions and we experience them, and there must be something that is triggering that emotion, that perhaps it would just be, less burden on them as a teenager, because not only do they have all this other stuff going on, they're trying to figure out life, but now we have all these feelings and we don't know what to do with them. So, yeah, I think that would just kind of help out. That was a nice little side pull there. All right. Question number 6 out of 8. What happens if I operate at the height of my potential? Sherry Bug says they just can't see that. They are separated from the knowledge where they are right now. Yeah. Sheldon says, I know, right? That's what it means. A good way for advice. Okay, so what happens if I operate at the height of my potential? Okay. What happens if I operate at the height of my potential? If I was just like killing it, slaying it, boom, boom. Okay, that card popped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we have the 8 of Wands. If I were to operate at the height of my potential, I would be unstoppable. Look at those 8 of Wands go. Literally, I would be unstoppable. Literally, I would just be like, boom, that's what I'm doing. Boom, I would just go for it and I would just do it and I would just, I could really make some shiznit happen, like I'm just gonna keep doing this. That's kind of cool. Like, yeah, if I were to operate the height of my potential, like who knows where I could go, because I could literally do whatever it is I wanted to do, which is kind of what I do now already. But I still think that there's like some self-limiting beliefs that are in there, that I'm still working through. But if I was just like at like Beyonce height of potential, like I would be. Let's see. Abundance got the Queen of Pence, a Sherry Bug, the Fool right away. Lady Knight, Knight of Pentacles, methodical work, patience, success in the long run. Essence, Eight of Swords reversed. It would release my fears. That's excellent. I like that. I like that in once. Alrighty. Number 7. What would the world be like if women held the power that men do? Susie says, weird 8 of Pipes smoke signals. Interesting. Mary said, 9 of Cups, I would be content. Sherry Bug is got the plus sign. And? All right. Okay, so yeah. What would the world be like if women held the power that men do? So what would the world be like if, like, everywhere around the world, women held the power that men do? And this is like so appropriate as well, because my freshman students are finishing the book I Am Malala. They'll finish it on Monday, and then they're going to be getting ready for their exam, and they have an essay that they're going to be writing on it. But they just like, there's something called like common lit work that they do. Oh, Sherry Bug said the star. Oh, hey. And they did one where they were looking at Malala's like UN speech, and they were like, answering some questions on that. And Malala was talking about women's role and, why it's important for men and women to work together. And so then, let's see, then they were, hold on, they were working on one for Emma Watson, I think this past was Friday. Yeah, they were working on one, like her UN speech, the he for she thing that she's doing. Let's see. And then Lady Knight said 5 of Wands. Well, Queen said, or Abundance said, Queen of Wands, I would be a lot more creative. Yes, Susie, there was a troll, but I think myself and Sherry Bug got rid of that, so no worries. Okay, okay, so what would the world be like if women held the power that men do? My boyfriend is listening in. He would find it funny if someone would get the tower. Whoa, hold on. Dude, all the cards just like flew out. Okay, we need to bring this down to one card. Oh, hold on. Do you know what one of the cards was that fell out? Hey! Okay, just thought, because your boyfriend's watching. He said he would freak out. So there you go. He can freak out now. Susie said 9 of Shields, Thunderbird. Okay, still too many cards. Whoa, there's like a lot to say on this. Mary the Emperor. Abundance is laughing. Okay. What the brilliant like? Okay, that's like, it's like I can't shuffle on this one. That is so interesting. 8 of Swords reversed. We are women, hear us roar. Now I'm thinking of the Katy Perry song. You're gonna hear me roar. Okay. One card. Por favor, s'il vous plaît. Okay. Okay. I can deal with one card. Okay. I get the High Priestess. So if women held the power that men do, my gosh, what a wiser place this would be. One more reliant on intuition and logic, and then fear. Okay, Mary says, I think it's very fitting that all the cards are falling out while you shuffle, a total shift of the system. That, yes, I'm like, that has to be like something in that too, that I just like can't shuffle them. Maybe the deck is saying that everything is possibly by throwing, everything is possible by throwing all those cards. Yes, I like that. But yeah, we would just be a more enlightened people if like we could bring both groups of people together and like work as a team. Like, just how far along would you just advance the entire world or the entire species? You know, how far into the future would be we be thrown? Like, we would just be like out of the Stone Age. I kind of feel like we're in the Stone Age. And we would just be like in the enlightened age. Kind of how we always depict the future in like futuristic movies, that like everybody's all enlightened now and all of that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, no. 8. We're coming up to number 8. Number 8. What could I do to empower women? Susie says, that is 9 of Shields in my deck. Ooh. Okay, so what can I do to empower women? Oh, Amanicia's here. It says, hey, sorry I'm late. Just finishing up an acrylic painting. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Getting your creative juices flowing. We are actually just doing a spread together, and we're on the last part of the spread. But, you know, you can always go back and look at what the questions were earlier on. What could I do to empower women? Okay, so this one just kind of stuck to my hand. I'm gonna have to think on this card. It is the Death card. Well, actually, you know, what I could do to empower women is to have them not be afraid of change, not be afraid of the change that they could bring to the world, and not be afraid to transform their surroundings. Sherrybug got the 9 of Wands. So yeah, what I could do to empower women is just to help them see that the transformation they bring, the transformation of themselves, is something that the world needs. Abundance says 7 of Wands. I just think all these cards that you guys are pulling, like, they're all just so interesting, like totally different cards, but they go together. Oh, Barbara also got Death, so just like me. So yeah, you know, but for me, in my eyes, I just see it as, yeah, just knowing that we, as the, you know, whether you're a guy or a girl, not to be afraid of your transformation. You know, people go through it throughout their whole lives, but just to kind of help people through that, and also know that you can bring transformation. You can bring that change that we need. We need change. So yeah, Lady Knight got the King of Wands, mature ideas, loyalty. Susie got medicine woman. Amanisha, encourage creativity of all types. Yes. Sheldon says it's 6'7" Bigfoot bunch. It's 6'7", 8-foot bunch. Exactly. Mary said King of Wands, which is interesting, a feminine figure in this deck. Abundance, take the lead, people will follow, people will listen. Amanisha, death is a chance for new things to be encouraged. Exactly. All right. So, you know, I kind of thought that, you know, you guys might dig this. I dug this spread, like, heck yeah. This is, I thought you said Cupid shuffle. So yeah, I mean, gosh, I mean, how far are we into this chat? I do have to do a couple of readings. This is or a birth of new things. Yes. So anyway, wow, we had ourselves like quite an exciting chat today. You know, we got to go through some mail that came in. As Susie said, fun. Thank you. Abundance, thank you. I'm going to eat and drink a little wine. There you go. Nothing against a little wine. I love me some vino myself. Lady Knight's like 93 minutes so far. Hey. Abundance is taken off, so I hope you have a great weekend. So yeah, we just we got to open up the March Witches Moon Box, which arrived, you know, during our chat. We got to have a little bit of story time. We got to pull some cards and a wonderful spread in honor of International Women's Day tomorrow. So yeah, whatever you guys got for empowering women, I say let that be your mission from here on out, not just for tomorrow. Myself included. By empowering others, you empower yourself. Just a little FYI. Sherry Bug, I had wine and cheese last night. My birthday is on Monday, but I work, so I celebrated it. There you go. The dude's birthday is on Wednesday. My dude will be, wait, how old's my dude gonna be? My dude will be 42. And in June, I am going to be hitting the end of my 30s. It will be the last year of my 30s. I say goodbye, 30s. Well, next year. Next year I'll be 40. I'm looking forward to that. Like, for some reason, I've always looked forward to like 40, and I don't know why. Like, somehow I was going to be like this, like, super wise chick by the time I was 40, but I think I'm just going to be still be a nerd. Mary said, thank you for hosting this. I felt good to make some time for a nice juicy spread. Yes. Manisha, my tea reading leaf cards came yesterday and encouraging new things. Yes. Oh, the tea leaf reading cards are freaking awesome. Lady Knight said, have a lovely birthday on Monday, Sherry Bug. Yes, Sherry Bug. Sherry Bug's gonna be 46. Okay, so 46 is gonna be 10, which is 1, which means Sherry Bug, you are going to be, well, at least for your birth age, it's going to be a very creative one for you. So I like number ones for ages. Lady Knight, I am dreading 40. Not me, man. I am stoked. It says, your stylish grandma. Wow, I haven't been here in a while. I missed you. Hey, no worries. It says, sounds creepy, OMG. Let's see, I'm trying to make some big things happen this year. Well, I think, you know, with that 1 in your year, you're definitely going to make some changes. Well, let's see, for me, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm going to be 39 in June. This is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I'm definitely, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of collaboration, which I already have been doing this year, if you think about it. And my word of the year is connect. So that kind of makes sense. Makes sense to me. All right, so I am going to do a little bit of healing like I always do at the end of my chats. You are free to stay or free to leave. If you would like to be open to the healing, that's cool. If not, totally understand. So everybody's like, you know, you do you. Book of Tarot, something like that. And Amanisha, I have been doing many new things this year. Okay, so yes, so post in the comments whether you're open to the healing. You don't have to post it in the comments, but you can if you want to, or you could say it out loud. You could say it in your brain. You could say, I want the healing to go here or there, or let's direct it, you know, wherever. Like last week we did it for people who were ill around the world, no matter what they're sick from, that we're just looking for healing around the world. Your stylish grandma is cleaning again. So yeah, and then just, you know, as a reminder, I won't be here in a live chat again till the last week of March because of spring break. I will finally be able to do, you know, have some time during spring break, but I am a track and field coach, so my Saturdays starting next Saturday, we have invitationals for my athletes, so I won't be able to be here with you awesome homies. I mean, if I could squeeze one in, or even do a live over on Instagram, and my Instagram handle is @kittensweightsandtarot, so if you know, I'll try to connect with you guys somehow, you know, not just through the videos that I make, but I like miss you guys when I, you know, have to go off and do my track stuff. Amanisha, the days of running track. So yeah, so we will have our Saturday meets. So if I could squeeze one in earlier than the last week of March, I will definitely let you guys know in like the YouTube post thing. But I'll maybe try to do something on like Instagram Live or something, you know. Anyway, let's do this healing. This healing will be, I'm going to use my Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs to see where we would like to direct this healing. I'm just going to do a little bibliophile here, a little bibliography, bibliomancy, bibliography, bibliomancy. All right, the herb that will direct this healing is tonka. Tonka beans. Okay, tonka. Folk names, Komaria nut, tonka, and tonka bean. The gender is feminine. The planet is Venus. The element is water. The powers are love, money, courage, and wishes. The magical uses. This fragrant these fragrant beans are used in love sachets and mixtures and are also carried to attract love. Tonka beans are worn or carried to attract money, bring luck, grant courage, and ward off illness. Well, Tonka bean is freaking awesome. To make wishes come true, hold a Tonka bean in your hand, visualize your wish, and then toss the bean into running water. Well, then here's to wishes come true with the help of our friend the Tonka bean. So I'm actually going to be connecting with Tonka bean energy, and it'll be, I guess, like, Magic Genie, except you guys are the genies. You guys make your wishes come true. So here's to a little extra help in aiding you in making your wishes come true. Remember, you guys got to put in the work, but spirit and the universe, the energy, universal energy, can help give you a little push. So here's to that little boost. Making wishes come true. All right, you guys, that actually felt like really cool. I was imagining that you guys were all tossing your coins into this fountain, but in the fountain, I guess it was more like the ocean. These like mermaids came and they were basically carrying your wishes away. So yeah, I kind of felt a lot of this like mermaid energy, very watery. So yeah, there you go. Here's to a boost to everybody. Well, everybody's got you. If you got a glass on you of wine, tea, coffee, whatever it is you guys are drinking, here's to your wishes. To wishes coming true. Cheers. Boop. So anyway, I will catch you guys when I catch you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I hope you have a fabulous week. Remember, I will always let you know when I can come on next. But I know that for sure, the final week of March, I can come on a Saturday. Because we don't have a meet that Saturday. But yeah, I'll keep you up to date. Head over to the Instagrams. I might try to do a live over there as well. Sherry Bug said, I felt like I was underwater. Yeah, that's where I was like, I felt like I was like underwater watching them like take your coins, away. Lady Knit says, well, check the community part of your YouTube side for news. Yes. Healing Days had a lovely time. I hope you guys had an awesome time. I wanted to just, come on and have fun with you guys, really, and do as much interaction as possible. So yeah, gosh, I feel like it's like I'm like leaving the country. I'm like, this is, dang it. So anyway, well, guess I'll see you guys, in a few weeks. Or on Instagram. I might make something impromptu, like maybe during, I don't know. Actually, I don't know when I can do it. In a few weeks for sure. Says, I came late and missed everything. Oh, no worries. Like I said, in a few weeks, I'll be back. I'll still make videos, but I'll be back. All right, you guys, peace, love, and chicken grease. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. Like I said, whether it's snowing, raining, burning, whatever it is, and have a fantastic week. Have a fantastic March. So peace out. Bye to all my homies all around the globe. Bye, guys.